side hustle. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of side hustle before. Let me explain it really quickly, okay? If you're in a position in life where there's not enough money at the end of the month, your budget is just wrung dry, and your income, frugal living, I say frugal living is not enough to make ends meet. If you're in that position and you're looking for a way to boost your income, but you don't have the time or you don't know where to start, you need a side hustle. A side hustle is like a job that you can do alongside a full-time job, or being a full-time mom. It's something that you can bring alongside that you love to do and that you can produce an income doing. Okay, that's what a side hustle is. My husband and I have been hustling, well, since we married, and probably long before that, before we even knew what a side hustle was. Just to back up a little bit about me and my family, when I met my husband, I think I had 5 or 6 credit cards fully maxed out. I had been to graduate school in Texas and had lived off my credit cards because I was already in debt when I went out there. And then I'm living in an apartment, and it had to be, in a nicer area in the Dallas-Fort Worth area because I didn't want to live in the bad area, being a single woman. And so I was using credit cards to supplement my income. I was working 3 jobs, but I was going to graduate school, so it was expensive. And so whenever I met my husband, I had like 5 or 6 different credit cards. I don't even remember now. And he also carried a lot of debt. He carried a lot of loans, some credit card debt. And so together, we were a mess. And then when we married, we thought a hot date was saying, okay, well, why don't we go out for a nice dinner and charge it, and then you can charge $50, $100, and I'll charge $50 or $100. And that was a hot date for us. Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. And we just had no clue how to manage money. We didn't. So within our first 6 months of marriage, he actually lost his job, laid off, but to never be hired again. My income was cut in half because my company I was working for made cutbacks. So we literally had all of this debt where we were barely making ends meet, and suddenly 3/4 of our income was gone. You rarely hit $50 for a day. Yeah, this was a long time ago. All right, this was 14 years ago. So, we have learned a lot. And MeetPenny.com really is the story of how we learned to live frugally and overcome all of that. So we cut our expenses tremendously. We had to. 3/4 of our income were gone. We did away with cable. We had no cell phones. Of course, 14 years ago, that wasn't as big a deal then as it is now. We got rid of our pets. We got rid of everything. And we started having kids. We weren't supposed to be able to have kids. It wasn't like, this was not supposed to be medically possible. And all of a sudden, we gave birth to our second child, I think. And that's when we realized we were in trouble. We were in big trouble. And we thought the answer was filing bankruptcy. I am very much ashamed to tell you guys that we did file bankruptcy. We did not have peace about it. And if you are not aware, when you come under bankruptcy, you are not allowed to have a savings account. You are not allowed to give to charities, including a tithe to your church. So we have always been, the people to want to give generously. Literally, that's when I started growing my hair to cut it and donate. We started, when our children got a little bit older, we would make blessing bags and give to the homeless that were standing on the corner. we were trying to find creative ways to give, but over and over again, we really felt like we were not supposed to be under bankruptcy. We felt like we had made a big mistake. So what we did is we went to our attorney and we told, to our trustee, and we told him, no, this isn't right. We want to come out from under this. So literally, we left our bankruptcy early, and it's a long, nasty story of how our attorney stabbed us in the back and everything. But finally, we come out from under bankruptcy, and all of the creditors come knocking, and they all want their money, and they want it now. So I got on the phone. I did a lot of research on how to negotiate with creditors. I started negotiating with these guys, and we hustled. We created this amazing side hustle. I mean, let me tell you, in the last 14 years, I have sold Pampered Chef. I have sold Dove chocolates, but those of you who follow me often, you know, I ate my kit when I sold Dove chocolates. What else? I had to make a list because I don't even remember. I decided I was going to do photography at one point. I took senior portraits. I did a lot of senior portraits. I'm glad I'm encouraging you. Yeah, you can laugh. That's when I started gaining weight. I ate all my, I didn't sell anything. I ate it all. So you understand, we were literally in a position where we were $100 above poverty level. We were on women's, infants, and children to feed our babies. We had no money, nothing. We did not have money in the budget for groceries or for gasoline. It was literally a situation where we would check the mail and someone had put $100 in the mailbox, and we thought we were rich. You know, we were like, yay, we get to go to the grocery store. I remember one night we had a little bit of extra, and I bought a steak to cook here at home. And I felt so guilty. I felt such tremendous guilt because of a stupid steak, right? But yeah, God showed up time and time again. If you're not a believer, I don't want to offend you. I'm just telling you the truth according to me. What happened in our life, buying gas before food because we had to get to work. Yeah, I mean, my husband was riding a bicycle to work. I'm not kidding. We were down to one car, and we were just doing what we could to get through. Let's see, I did senior portraits. For Christmas, to make money at Christmas time, I sold gourmet apples. You can find those on my blog at Meet Penny, actually. I would create them like at Christmas time. I would design them so that they looked like Rudolph or a snowman or Santa, and I would stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. I gave myself arthritis in my fingers creating these gourmet apples to sell in order to provide Christmas for our children. I also did that with cinnamon rolls. I would make them and freeze them, and then people would pick them up and they would cook them on Christmas morning. You know, we hustled. I mean, my husband plays the saxophone. He was like going downtown looking for gigs, playing anyone who would listen. You know, we were like, okay, are you going to go drop a hat downtown this week? Just trying to make ends meet. We did multiple yard sales because we had no frills. You know, we had an antenna. Who do you know that actually watches TV with an antenna these days? That was us. Until 2 years ago, we still had our antenna. I did a lot of eBay. I did so much eBay that whenever I stopped doing eBay from our home, you have an antenna? That's awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, ours is still up just in case of a hurricane. Let's see. So eBay, when I stopped doing eBay, literally our mailman came to my front door and knocked on the door to check on me because he was wondering, you know, because whenever it stopped, he wasn't picking up packages anymore. He wanted to make sure I was okay. We were selling anything we could find, anything and everything. And then finally, I learned how to use coupons. And from that, friends encouraged me to start a blog. And I'm like, what is a blog? I don't know what a blog is. Well, if you've followed me for very long, you know that God blessed that blog. And now we have gone from a position where we were hustling and under bankruptcy to where we have come out from under the bankruptcy. We paid all of the creditors off in 9 months. 9 months. We paid all of the creditors off. We just, this year, we decided to stay in our smaller home, and we put our children in private school. We were able to get a new van. We had not had a brand new vehicle in 15 years. All of these things have happened, but I have to tell you, you got to be willing to work. I know that you're out there and you might be sitting there with your head in your hands wondering where your next dollar is going to come from. And it's hard. And it's going to be hard. And it's going to get harder before it gets better. We went through 10 years of debt hell. That's the only way I know how to say it. Pardon my French. It was bad. It was me staying up till all hours and getting up early and working and working and working and being frustrated because I didn't know what else to do. And literally, it's like finally things started to click for us, and I found my side hustle. So if you're sitting there tonight and you're trying to figure out, well, what can I do? I don't have any time. What am I going to do? Follow your passions. You know, you have a passion about something. It could be sewing. It could be making dog treats. You know, you have a passion. You have an ability. So think about what you have. Look around your home. Clean out your attic. Clean out your grandmother's attic, you know, and start selling that stuff. We did consignment sales. You know, I would make sure that I treated every stain on every outfit just perfectly to keep them in mint condition so I could resell them for a higher value. You know, you need to also consider what you love. I said that, your passions. You have your passions for a reason. They're there for a reason. Whether you're a Christian or not, you can take those passions. Sorry, my nose is stuffed up. You can take those passions and turn them into profit. Okay? Take those passions and figure out a way to turn it into profit. And then you need to educate yourself. And, you know, you don't have enough money to go back to college. That's fine. It's really not necessary anymore. You've got the internet at your fingertips. Okay? You've got the internet. Look at Amazon for those free books for Kindle. I am a self-taught blogger. Yes, in the last several years, I have had the benefit of being able to invest. Don't let fear hold you back. Do not let fear hold you back. Your family and you are worth more than that. Don't make me get on my soapbox. Y'all gonna make me get my mama voice out. No. Fear is not an excuse. It's not. Nope, it's not. Okay, moving on because I'm getting all worked up. But I'm getting worked up because I love you guys. And I want to see you succeed. I'm very passionate about your success. So let's see. Kindle. Free books for Kindle. They're all the time. You know, you can find crochet patterns free for Kindle. You can find how to write code free for Kindle. So go hang out on Amazon and look for those free ebooks, okay? Even the app is free, so you can read on your computer. Go to YouTube. I'm not kidding. Khan Academy. Google. I spent so much time with YouTube and Google. I'm not kidding. You know, YouTube and Google. That's right. All of these are free resources for you to educate yourself and push yourself. And then once you start to see an income, I want you to take half. It's going to be hard. I want you to take half of your income and invest it back into your business. You've got to learn to market your business, and you've got to invest so that you can keep learning and stay one step ahead of the competition. You've got to invest back in your business. So you can take 50%, chunk it towards your debt, or buy some groceries with part of it. Take the other 50% and invest it back in your business. When you are seeking out your passions and what you love to do, and you're thinking about what you can actually do for your business to create a side hustle, avoid debt. I had a friend, very, very sweet friend, who decided she was going to start a monogram business. Okay, so she bought a $600 monogramming machine, and her business did not make it past the first month. So she ended up with an additional $600 in debt. plus interest. Do not go into debt to start your side hustle. There's way too much available to you that you can do. Now, if it's $100, like if you're going to start Pampered Chef, a direct sales business, if you want to start essential oils, or, these are all wonderful places. And if you're really thinking about a direct sales business, go to, I think it's dsa.org. That's the Direct Sales Association. Okay. And you can actually search by your interest to see what businesses are available. Okay. I think it's dsa.org, but just Google Direct Sales Association and you can, I think that's what it is. And you can actually use their search. And these are organizations that have gone through rigorous review, the Direct Sales Association, and you can actually search by interest to find a work from home direct sales business that will work for you and match your personality. Okay, that's what I actually did to find Dove chocolate. Of course, as I said earlier, I ate my kit. I was a little bit too passionate about the chocolate. So avoid debt. Then you need to network. You need to find other people who are doing the exact same thing that you love to do, even if they're your competition, and you need to make friends with them and you need to network with them because that's where true success is. This is truly, it's not a sad story to me anymore. It's not a sad story. This is a victory. This is what side hustle, being willing to not settle for poverty. You got to get out of that poverty mindset. And I will be honest with you, when we had our fourth child and I went in for WIC, Women's, Infants, Children, and I looked around that room and at all the people who had so many babies, and I thought, you know what? If we had one more child, we would actually qualify for food stamps. And that thought scared the pants off me because I realized how easy it is to get sucked in to that poverty mindset. If we had just had one more child, we could have qualified for food stamps. Oh, and then if we had had 2 children, we could have qualified for free housing. And it's like you try to figure out a way to get beyond. But that's not the way to do it, you guys. That's not the way. You got to get out of that poverty mindset. You've got to use your passions. You've got to use the stuff that you have available to you. None of my side hustles, aside from Pampered Chef or Dove chocolates, cost any investment. I used what I had in my home. I used my own ability, and I made the time late at night to make it happen. And you can do it too, but it's not going to be easy. You just have to make that sacrifice and be willing to do it.